Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a first impression / tutorial using the new Urban Decay Naked Heat Palette. Isn't she beautiful? Like right off the bat, I love this packaging. As soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted it. I'm gonna start the tutorial in like 2 seconds here, but I love that it's like a hint at what the colors look like inside. The colors are just gorgeous. You'll see as I use them, they do not disappoint. This is my best way of putting this palette is, you know those looks on Instagram that you see like all these crazy, awesome makeup girls do and you're like, wow, all those warm tones, they blend it so seamlessly, it looks flawless. I found the palette that is gonna give me those looks. So I hope you guys are excited to see this look. I'm gonna jump right into it, so let's flash over to me with no makeup on. I am so excited right now. I just did a few swatches on my hand and these are gorge. Okay, I need to blank out my lids, so I'm gonna use a little bit of concealer. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape in medium. And I must warn you, I'm working with natural light. Ever since I moved into my new place, I think I need to buy a bigger and better lighting system and turn out all this natural light, but for now, we're working with it. I'm gonna start off with Sauced, and I'm just gonna sweep this color into my crease. And this color is similar to my skin tone, and that's usually what I look for when I first start my shadows, so that you can just really define the crease and just kind of bring out your natural bone structure. A lot of the times I use a bronzer, which I love the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo, the bronzer in here. So kind of similar. Now I think I can make it a little bit darker, so I'm gonna use Low Blow and just take that over top of what I just applied. And it's a darker brown than the one I just used, so it's gonna really help chisel out that crease. Actually a nicer brown than I thought it was gonna be. I was a little scared looking at it in the palette, but very nice. It's already starting to kind of look like that burnt orangey look, and I like that. I'm gonna take a clean, fluffy blending brush and just smooth out the crease. Just make sure there's no harsh edges. As they usually do, it comes with a double-ended brush. One side that's a little bit more fluffy, and then this side I'm actually excited to use because it's more of a pointed brush, and I think that'll be able to define the crease with this one. I'm gonna take the more fluffy side, and I think I gotta do it. I think I gotta try Dirty Talk. I'm just gonna pop that on the lid. Oh, that's really quite pretty. Although it kind of is going a little red, and obviously I knew it was gonna do that with a color like this, but I think I'm gonna layer another one over top because I wanna make it a little bit more bronzy than red, but that is pigment. That is a lot of pigment going on. I'm gonna go in with Lumber and pop that over top. Oh, using your finger, so much better. That brush just was not doing what I wanted or needed it to do. I am definitely feeling this now, but it needs more in the crease. So I was just looking at the palette, and He Devil and Cayenne look very similar, so I want to do swatches. He Devil seems to have a little bit more red in it, and Cayenne seems to have a little more brown. I think I'm gonna do Cayenne. So I'm just using that MAC brush again, and I'm just putting that color like literally right in the crease, wherever the brush fits, and just going in back and forth motions. I think I'm gonna skip liner on the top, so I have to kind of give it that elongated shape with shadow. Now I'm gonna use a little bit of the medium Shape Tape and just kind of define my brow bone before I apply color. It doesn't really need it, but I feel like sometimes it just chisels it out and makes it look a little bit more crisp. And it really helps you clean up in here in case you get a little bit too dark or it goes a little bit muddy, which I feel like maybe on this side it did a little, so I'll use this to clean it up. Now on top of that, I'm gonna use Ounce, which is the lightest shade in the palette, and it has a low, I was gonna say a little lot of shimmer to it. Usually I look for a matte neutral color to pop on the brow bone so that there's no shimmer, but I feel like with this palette it just works. Okay, we are taking it there. We are taking it there. Now I'm gonna leave the eyes alone for just a few minutes because you know how it looks different once you do the rest of your face and you get your complexion right. So right now I'm just using this new primer from Smashbox. It's the Photo Finish Foundation Primer in Radiance. You can apply this all over, which some days I do, but then there's days where I really just focus it to the tops of my cheekbones like I am right now, and a little bit down the bridge of the nose. And for foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow in number 205. And because this is the first impression of the shadow palette, I'm just doing all of this really quickly. You guys have seen me do my foundation a ton of times. I want to try this shade right here. It's called Ember. It looks to be like a bronzy dark brown. So I'm just gonna pop this in my crease. I know it's already so dark, I don't really know what I'm doing right now, but you know when it just needs a little something? I gotta turn the fan on for a minute. Oh, that is nice. In this palette that they sent me, there was the palette, obviously, lipsticks, and a few eyeliners from the line. And so there's one called Torch, and there's another called Alkaline. I think obviously for this look, I wanna try out Torch. I'm a little bit nervous about this because of the color of it, but it seems to work so well with the colors I already have on my lid. Over top of this liner, I'm gonna use Cayenne. Now because I don't have liner anywhere on the face, it needs a little something something, so I'm gonna take Ember and smoke the lash line out even more and just really getting this on top of the lashes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara, and this is currently like my favorite one. I just noticed that it gives a really long and full look, especially on my more natural days, like when I'm wearing more minimal makeup and I just put this on. Lashes on. Now I'm gonna do bottom mascara first and then just fuse my natural lashes together with the falsies. And then hopefully once I get the mascara on, this look will be popping. The light is changing, hair's up, I mean business. I'm gonna finish off the rest of my face now, and I'm using the Soleil Tan de Chanel. It just adds a nice like warmth to your face and a slight contour. Applying it to the cheeks and then a little bit in the hollows. And then I bring it along the temples and the hairline as well. And to lightly set that, I'm using Hoola Bronzer from Benefit. And then to set, I'm using the Coralista blush, also from Benefit. You guys know I love this color combo. It has like a subtle touch of color and a nice like illuminated look, which I think works perfectly for this look. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Smashbox and Casey Holmes Spotlight palette in gold, and I'm gonna take the lightest shade and just pop that right here. For lips, I'm gonna use MAC Spice Lip Liner. And then I mentioned earlier that the package did come with 3 lipsticks, Heat, Scorched, and Fuel. And I think for this look, I'm gonna try Fuel, which is like a nudie, it's a nudie pink. As for the palette, I really like it, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody that is into neutrals. Like, I love my neutrals, you know this, and it is full of warm toned eyeshadows, so if you love those, you will love this. I currently don't own anything that looks like this palette, so for me, it's a great addition, and as I was using it, I felt like there's a ton of colors in here that I thought would go really great with some of the other eyeshadow palettes or single shadows that I have and currently use. I've heard a few things about people saying that the quality isn't the same with this one compared to regular Naked palettes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what I heard, or maybe the pigmentation isn't there. I personally thought it was great and it didn't disappoint. I am a big fan of all of the Naked palettes, but a lot of the times for me, it's not even about the pigment, it's that they're a little bit too cool tone. Like, I believe I own them all. I think the Naked 3 was the one that was very rose toned, a lot of cooler shades, and for me that's not really wearable, whereas when I saw that they made something like this, I thought it was amazing. A lot of the colors blend together very easily. So you know when you have a really bold shadow palette and you're like, how am I gonna make these colors work? You use these and they pretty much all go together. So you have to do a lot less blending, and you just look like a star when you're using the shadows because you don't really have to do much work. They all just blend seamlessly together, and for me, when I'm doing makeup, that is definitely something that I look for. That's my look. I hope you guys liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked how the makeup turned out. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to check out my vlog channel, Life with Trina. Head over there, subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.